Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you more Christmas cards from the Spellbinders Christmas release. Today it's layered Christmas stencils and I'm focusing on the Noel Foliage layering stencils. There are 6 stencils to this layering set. The numbers are at the bottom of the stencil. There are 2 stencils for the foliage, 2 stencils for the flowers and a couple of stencils for the Noel sentiment. It's easy enough to follow. Even if you don't follow the numbers, you just need to follow the layering for each of those pairs. It also comes with a Noel die, and this comes in really handy if you mess up the Noel if you put any paste on it. I write the numbers for the stencils at the top with a Sharpie so it's easier for me to see. Don't have the best eyesight, so I start off with the first stencil for the foliage. It's easy enough to follow. I start off with a lighter green, which is peeled paint, and then I do the next layer with the forest moss distress ink. For the Noel, I tend to use pastes. For one card I use a glitter paste, another card I use Lunar paste, and another card I use Glacier paste. Now when you do the paste, it can get a bit messy. I did mess up, but the good thing is I just cut it out, did the Noel again separately, and then put it into the card. So in that way, I really appreciate having the Noel die to go with this layering stencil. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, remember to press that notification bell so you're alerted when a new video is uploaded. I'm going to leave you with some music and I'll catch you later. In this card, as you can see, I messed up with the Lunar paste and put too much and it kind of smeared. So what I'm going to do here is to cut out the Noel, do the Noel, both layers on a separate card and substitute it. So my other layering of the flowers and foliage will not go to waste. I do tend to make a mess sometimes when I use paste, get over enthusiastic and put too much. I kept this mistake in the video so that you could see if it happens to you, there's always a way to get it rectified. This final card here, I use the ALTENEW embossing paste for most of the layers. I only use 5 of the 6 layering stencils. I don't use the second detail stencils for the foliage, but I do use the embossing paste for all of the flowers and their foliage. But for the second layer of the flower, I use some Lunar paste as well. I didn't want to do a card just with embossing paste and Lunar paste, and I think I used another Glacier paste. all the paste that I have just to create a card with a little bit of subtle dimension, and I really loved how this card turned out. Now it does take patience because you need to get the layers dried. Each time I do it, I put it aside, do something else, and I come back to it a couple of hours, sometimes even the next day, because the layers do need to dry before you use the next layered stencil. Patience is definitely required to make this card. I felt the card needs a bit of a border, but I didn't want to put it through any kind of dye to get a border because of all the paste, and I'm afraid it'll crack the paste or flatten it or make a mess of it. So I decided to just use a white gel pen and just do some dotted lines, and I think it frames the card quite well. This is my favorite of all the three cards. I like the idea of just two colors and just in the background red pops. I got the flowers for the red card as well as the other two cards from previous Spellbinders Club kits. Details are below. For the second card I used ALTENEW inks, and the third card I used Distress inks. So this one here, it comes from a small die set from October 2022. Outlines and Christmas sentiments, and the later one comes from an older set, a large die set from November 21, and I just used the poinsettia dies as well as the holly dies to create a little bit of dimension on the card. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, remember to press that notification bell so you're alerted when new videos are uploaded. Happy crafting, and I'll catch you next time.